Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the fourth video done tonight. The first three, again, are more believable faith ministries episodes, and I will try what I can not to make this one because I really want to focus on something else. But if I do not, and we'll see. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to focus on probably a mixture of both Believable Faith Ministries and my own music. Because my song title Live on the Streets literally kind of connects to Believable Faith Ministries here. And how it connects is that there's too many people who have at least one or more spare rooms in their house, but darn straight don't have the guts to take in anybody, that are homeless whatsoever. Yeah, and that's one of our biggest problems within today's society and culture. You have a spare room or two, but you're not. You have a spare room or two. You're a Christian, and you're not willing to take in at least one person. You're not willing to adopt one person, whether they're grown or they're a kid. You're not willing to adopt. You're not willing to taking somebody off the street. You have the time. You have the time, the money, the resources, and you're a Christian. Definitely for Christians. And you're a Christian. And you're not going to do any of this? You're not going to adopt somebody new? You're not going to take somebody from the homeless shelter and bring them in? Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, why not? Please, tell me why not. And I say it, guys, with that type of attitude because it literally keeps pointing to the same 2 plus 2 concept. I am literally going to tell you, and this is why I say, all glory be to God. I literally look forward to the day that I have all what I need to prove that I'm so true, real, and authentic with everything that I preach. What that means is I look forward to the day that I have everything I need. I'm going to adopt, and I'm going to go to a homeless shelter here and there, and I'm going to come on here. We're family. I look forward to that day because I'm tired of people, especially the religious community, who want to claim themselves, and I think predominantly Christians here, or just religious period, or Jesus Christ salvation religious. Let's put it that way, who want to claim themselves in that under that umbrella, but don't want to help almost anybody else but themselves. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it. How are you going to claim Jesus and you're not willing to outsource any help? You're not willing to outsource any help, or you're not willing to, what's it called? Or you're not willing to, like I say, lend a helping hand. Definitely two different definitions there. And that's what partially, or the entire thing with live on the streets means to me. That's what the song title pretty much means. I hate to see people living on the streets. Especially knowing all these statistics, again, we have each and every day that prove we can do better. We just choose not to. And then we wonder why we have all these epidemics and crises every single day around every corner and avenue. Think about it. The evidence is, again, right there. 2 plus 2. I know a lot of people have more than enough room, food, resources, and etc. They have more than enough to take in somebody. They just choose not to. And the question is, why? They'll probably tell you, because we can't trust this person and whatever else. And that's another thing. I can understand, the difficulty within trusting a complete stranger. I completely understand that. But when your trust is truly with Christ, the way people keep claiming their trust is with Christ, trust me, you have no problem taking in an orphan. You have absolutely no problem doing it. Because if you were to die in the process, you know that your soul is definitely going to heaven. Because look at what you did. That's something that Jesus would do. Think about it. It's literally 2 plus 2. But people want to make this likely. They don't want to let their guard down. It's one of the top problems they don't want. They don't want to let their guard down in that type of way. And truly open up their hearts, their minds, and put their faith to the test. Guys, the evidence, and I really just spent almost probably 5 minutes dissecting that. That's literally, in my best opinion, 2 plus 2. You don't have to agree with it, but again, it's very much 2 plus 2 right there for you. Especially if you are religious and or just Jesus Christ salvation religious. It's literally right there. What can you tell me to defend you. What can you tell me to defend your reason why? And this is mainly going out to the people who can afford to. Literally, quote me on that. This is literally going out to the people who can afford to take in people. There's so many of us all across across the world really, who can afford to take in more, but we just don't want to. Or we just choose not to. And etc. So yeah, live on the streets, like I say, I look forward to that I can live up to everything I just said here. And I can continually put my faith to the test, adopt a few, bring a few in from the homeless shelter, and live it up. I look forward to that I do that, because I'm telling you, the people who are willing to open up their hearts, their minds, and their souls to that stuff, those, if you were to ask me, are the truly, and if you're doing with pure heart and pure intention of glorifying Jesus, I'm telling you, those are the truly saved, truly saved and aware people, the true people of the truly immense blessed people. You get the point I'm trying to make there. Whew. So yeah, live on the streets. That's the reason why I made the song. That's the ideology behind it. I hate to see people live on the streets. I hate to see people. I hate to see all these negative statistics going on with drugs, alcohol, and etc. But definitely this is the living on the streets part. I hate to see it. And because again, especially when you drive down the road and you see people with those signs of I'm homeless, I lost that. Again, God knows whether or not they're lying. They know whether or not they're lying. But definitely, if you can afford to donate practically anything, try what you can. And I know there's probably been one or twice in the last few months or year that I haven't, and I could have afforded to, and I definitely asked God to forgive me those times that I didn't, and I knew I could have afforded to, because, like I said before, I'm about living up. And that's what I'm teaching the kids every day. It's the art of living up, of practicing what you preach, and not being a double standard, two-faced, false prophet, hypocrite. Because we have way too many of those people out there right now. Way too many. So songs like as well, like and I guess let me try to tackle the epidemics of if I can try to tackle the epidemics of stuff like drugs and alcohol. I mean, I'm not saying I want everybody to, be in a rehab facility. I'm not saying I want to just fill rehab facilities up with, to the capacity. I'm not saying I want that. I am not saying I want to fill rehab facilities up to its absolute max. But I'm definitely telling you, there's more people who need mental help and spiritual health. It's spiritual help. A lot of people that need both. And physical help, but who quote me on this, they need all those, and they're not going to admit their own selves. It's up to somebody else to admit them. And I understand the thing about the acts of being pro-choice and etc., but I think we're living in a day and age when it comes to certain people. I think certain people have overused the right to be pro-choice, and they need someone else to make, to make, I guess you could say, a pro-life decision to help save that person's life, because they're not going to do it with their own strength and etc. And that's something I'm telling you, if we really put that into more contention and started having a conversation about that, I'm literally going to tell you, I think some of these numbers, these negative numbers in terms of all these epidemics and etc., I really do think that they would go down. I really do think if we had the love in our heart for our fellow neighbor to understand, in order to, preserve your life, we need to, we need to take that pro-choice from you, because, you have overused it and you are not looking out for your own pro-life. So I gotta take that pro-life, take that pro-choice from you in order to preserve your pro-life, because you don't have the strength in any type of way to make your own pro-life choices and decisions, and I hope everybody understands what that means, because it really is something that I'm telling you, I'm not saying I want everybody, I'm not saying I want we have facilities at their max. I'm not saying I want that, but I'm definitely saying we have so many problems and epidemics and etc. all across the board. And we have to, and especially if you claim to be, it's not even fully if you claim to be a Jesus Christ salvation believer. It's not even fully that. It's just a good moral citizen. There's more that you can do, and you need to start thinking about more you can do. Because I'm telling you, there's so many people who I'm telling you, I feel like the evidence is, again, it's everywhere. That that's something about. That's not why. That's what I mean about. I think the proof is everywhere. That if a lot of people were to die tonight, they're not going to heaven because they could look at what they've done. They haven't repented. They haven't tried to do anything. They just negatively sat on their butt. They didn't stand for anything, and etc. I mean, I understand everybody has their own times and their own callings for things, but just like Andy Mineo said in his song, I forgot what song it was, but it was a song off of Heroes for Sale. He said he feels like the Lord's calling dudes, but all they want to do is play Call of Duty. I mean, God bless the video game world, but in many cases, that's darn straight true. Everyday society events of shootings here and again epidemics here and there. Like again, ladies and gentlemen, the statistics are calling people. The statistics are calling people. But the question is, how many people are going to pick up and do what they got to do? And to know that there's crooked doctors that are literally taking pharmaceutical money to oversubscribe certain things and etc. Like I said before, that is absolutely sick, disgusting, and like I said before, this is what I mean by people really need to be more cautious of, again, everything, their afterlife and etc. Because that's absolutely something that when I'm hearing, I'm in absolute shock. Like, huh? You mean tell me these crooked doctors are taking pharmaceutical money or whoever corporation money that you're taking to oversubscribe these? Oh, really? Really? Like I said, a lot of people doing the devil's work and don't even realize it. Or they do realize it, but they just don't care because they've negatively sold out for money. I'm literally, again, one of the definitely cornerstone foundations of, I would say, Believable Faith Ministries and just spirituality, period, would just be, ladies and gentlemen, please, for the love of God, and, get your soul right with Christ while time is still on the clock, because the evidence is, again, 2 + 2, right there in front of you. Which side of history are you going to be on? You going to be on the side that literally keeps all these epidemics going, or the side that is, even if it's slow progress, it's progress towards diminishing these numbers and getting everybody truly saved and aware through Christ. So forth and so forth, ladies and gentlemen. So forth and so forth. So yeah, that's what Live on the Streets is about, pretty much. And those are all the corners that they go to, And like I say, there's really not, and especially knowing about taxpayers' money and stuff like that, there's not enough excuses. There's not enough excuses that certain people that work for the city and etc. There's not enough excuses in the book for you to literally make up for the reason why taxpayers' dollars are not going to where they're supposed to go. There's really not enough excuses for you to even use. You don't care about anybody but yourself and etc. And again, I would say you're doing the devil's work and don't even realize it. Forgive my stuttering with that sentence, but you get the bottom line point there. I mean, J. Cole even preached about it in his song. I don't know which one it was, but it was off his album, his newest 2018 album, KOD. He talked about it. I'm sending all this hard-earned bread to y'all, and my people still ain't got the tools to do better and to succeed. These roads still look the way they do, all cracked and chipped, and where's the tax dollars going? All these schools are still failing. Where's the tax dollars going? It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. It's quite amazing. Again, I'll talk more about it in other episodes. God bless. I love y'all. Take care. One more season unashamed. God first. God of everything. Take care.